What's up, you guys? So it is, what is it? April 6th, 2026 today. So Monday morning, I'm just gonna be doing a recap on today's price action. There was two trades I think today that many people took. So let's go over it. So let's go into, where's replay? Uh, shit. 9:30. So 9:30 this morning. So marked out, I have this unfilled 30-minute. I think it was also a 1 hour. Not sure. Well, it was an unfilled 30-minute. I had this buy side liquidity right here. I had this data wick and London lows, 1 hour unfilled, Asia lows, and London highs. So pretty much coming into the day, I was kind of leaning more bullish because let's look in the 4 hour. So we are respecting this 4 hour, displacing up. We did just take this high, and there was an SMT at this high. So knowing this, a new market was gonna kind of rebalance itself out because we were kind of overextended. But there was this draw up here with low resistance liquidity leading up to it. So this draw kind of adds to the bullish bias. So what happened market open? So market open, we pump up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we pump up, I think, how many points is this? So we pump up 65 points in the first candle, right? So right before this, we did take out the data wick. So because we took out the data wick and ES didn't, we're kind of just adding to the sell side liquidity. So I had this 30-minute in mind. So I was open to shorts because in these markets, when you're trading futures, you can't be married to a single bias. So you have to be willing to adapt and change your bias accordingly to what's happening. So we ended up edging this 30-minute at first, and then we ended up taking it, I think, the next candle, right? So we took it the next candle, and after that, I'm pretty sure ES was inside of 1 hour. So for an SMT to be valid, both pairs need to have a liquidity to push off of. Sorry. Um, so essentially, let's say, let's go and open first. So let's say NASDAQ's on the left, ES is on the right. So let's say we have these highs. So NASDAQ takes this high, right? ES comes up. Shit, wrong one. ES comes up. Doesn't take this high, right? So for this to be valid, there has to be some sort of PDRA or imbalance to push price lower still. So today, ES was, honestly, I think I can show you. I think it saves the replay, right? Yeah, okay. So let's look in the 1 hour. ES is in this 1 hour, right? This 1 hour gap right here. And we already are above this high. So we're in this 1 hour. So we still have the chance to hold this. So knowing that, we're going back on NQ. Let me delete these. Back on NQ. So I was looking for some type of inversion. So it was kind of cooked on the 1 minute. So the 2 minute was all the way down here, which was the highest time frame gap of the leg. For the people who don't have the seconds unlocked, sadly I don't. It's whatever. So with the 30-second, I think the next candle displaces down, right? So yeah, this displacement candle. So we just started dumping down. So there was a 30-second gap in this leg. So unfortunately, I could not take that because I don't have access to the 30-second. But let's just say the 30 seconds right here. Stop up there. Many people want to target London lows. Personally, if I were to take this, we are already over a 1-to-1 risk to reward. You shouldn't be greedy, or at least I'm not saying you shouldn't be greedy. Trade how you want, trade the RR you want. For me, I would have taken this. This is fine. Market open lows. Obvious draw, break even. You wouldn't have been break even. There is no drawdown in this trade. Beautiful trade. And then let's talk about the trade after that. So I haven't looked into this trade yet, so we're gonna be looking at it together. I just hopped off the markets right here. Reason being is, for me, this was the trade of the day, and I saw people in the community posting this 30-second inversion down, and me knowing this, trade of the day is done. That's the trade I would have taken. So I hopped off the charts because I need to get ready for school. But there was a 2 minute, so 2 minute right here. Highest time from gap in this leg, this 2 minute inversed. So we swept this liquidity, right? ES swept these, like ES had like three. Also adding to this first trade I was talking about, ES had like triple lows down there. This was just obviously gonna get hit. I'm kind of mad I couldn't take it, but it's whatever. There's more opportunities in the market every day, so I'm not too mad. But yeah, so we swept all these lows officially, and we started displacing up. ES also had a 2 minute inversion. Both pairs are correlating to be bullish. We had instant disrespect of the bearish bias, and I need to see if we tapped into anything at all. Because, okay, so we did tap into a 30-minute. Nice. Was there a 1 hour? So we tap into this 1 hour. And if you guys are wondering, how is it the 1 hour if it's all the way down here? So first of all, we're printing rejection wicks at this 1 hour. So we are holding this 1 hour gap. For me, if we just tap into it right here and don't go below these wicks, I'm not counting that as a tap because this gap has been mitigated and we need to sweep the lowest low inside the gap. So this low right here tapped into this gap right here and came all the way down here. So for me to recognize that price has tapped into this gap, I want us to go below this low and then respect it. So it's exactly what we did. So we swept these lows, tapped into that 1 hour, and had instant disrespect of the bearish bias with this 2 minute. So with this 2 minute, you could have targeted, let's see here. So obviously we have this 30-minute right here, which could have been your break even. I think you could have targeted London highs, right? 101, barely 101, maybe a little bit negative. So does this play out? Nice. Okay, so this is what you would, this is probably what I would have targeted. Could have targeted right here, but there are for me, I just put my stop loss at the recent low because doing this, you can be saved by a few things. One, rejection and order blocks, and two, SMTs. So if there's an SMT at this low, NASDAQ, let's say NASDAQ is a lagging pair and doesn't sweep it, but ES does, you will be saved. So personally, I don't ever really put my stop loss where there isn't liquidity. So yeah, that would have been the trade, the second trade, but I got off like right here. And I wasn't even gonna look for another trade whatsoever. But that's kind of it for today. I think those are the two trades most people took. We kind of, looking at this, I haven't really looked at the charts after. We're kind of just ranging today. So we're ranging kind of between, let's just say like 150 points ish, right? So that was kind of it for me. Unfortunately, didn't have a 30-second chart. Probably not gonna buy it because kind of like the 1 minute better. I mean, there are I cannot talk right now. Opportunities on the 30-second, 15-second, but I mean, you don't really need it. You just stick to what you know. 1 minute, 2 minute, high time from gap. I'll be fine. Not every trade is a 30-second. But kind of it for today. Let me know if you guys took any trades today, this morning. If you guys took any of the two I went over, something else over here I didn't cover. But yeah, hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.